Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches. Today, this video is going to be a crazy video, something that I never thought that I would do, but I want to try this. And I don't actually expect this video to do very well on the channel. If you enjoy this video, please make sure to give it some love so that I know that people enjoy it. But I don't expect it to do well because it's a weird idea, but essentially what I'm going to try to do is I have right here a random anime generator. I assume it's got a huge list of anime in it, and if I click generate, it's going to generate a random anime, or rather generate a list of anime. So my plan right now is to generate this list, and I will just watch whatever the first thing is on this list. There are a few things I will say about that going into it, like rules that I will essentially stipulate beforehand. But my plan is to watch the first episode of this anime and the last episode of this anime. And maybe in between, I'll try to take a guess at what where I think the show is going to go or whatever. It sounds like I'm going to be incredibly confused, and it's going to be very strange. I have no idea what to expect from this. So here are the stipulations. Here are the things that I'm going to say beforehand. If it's anything I've seen, I obviously won't do it. If it is anything that I look at and I think that I am actually planning to watch that at some point in my life, then I will not do it. And if it is something that is pretty popular, then I probably won't do it, just because the popular stuff, I have a good chance. I'm hoping for something relatively obscure. And so if I get something like really obscure, that would be great. Like something really obscure that I have no intentions to watch. And I really mean like no intentions, because I don't want to spoil this stuff for myself generally. If this does end up being a show that I end up kind of liking, and it will kind of suck that I've watched the last episode, well, I'll deal with it. I'll live my life. But I'm allowed to veto whatever, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, let's just get into this generation, because we got a long video ahead of us since we're putting 2 episodes in this video. And so again, if you like this, please let me know in the comments below. So let's go and click random list. So again, I will just skip through it if they don't meet the conditions, and we'll go to whatever's next on the list. Here we go. Blue Reflection Ray. This sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh, that's very new. That's very new. That's 2021. And it's got an average score of 5.4 out of 10, I'm guessing. Okay. Alright, so I'm not gonna read too much about what it is. I'm telling you, I don't think I'd be watching this. Oh yeah, it's based on a video game. I did hear about this, actually. It's relatively obscure, but okay. You know what? I said the first thing that pops up. I guess I should probably try it out. So let's go to Blue. I think it's on Crunchyroll. So, oh, is there a dub? Great, I'll watch it in dub. Let's do it. Well, I'll say going into this, one of the things I'm excited about is the dub. Apparently has Kaylee Mills as one of the main characters, I think, and I love Kaylee Mills. So let's get into this episode of Blue Reflection. The freedom I feel for not having to put, that much effort into closely analyzing the story.
Feelings are so strange, but at the same time,
I think that's Kaylee Mills. What the hell?
So it's here. The last supper.
What is that? Huh?
Let's move. No point, because my older sister was there for me. This isn't
Okay.
like you. What's wrong? No idea what to do anymore.
That character looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. This is so dramatic already. Oh my god. The characters look a little odd. I think the animation is just a little bit low budget.
You there, are you Ruka Hanabi?
Ruka? Was that her name?
Tour. There are 3 dormitories.
We even have a little lounge.
And fight over the TV nonstop.
That's cool.
Oh, and curfew is 7 p.m. sharp.
Looks like someone's already sprawled out a bit.
My name's Ruka Hanari. Very nice to meet you.
Applause? Really?
Me too. No parents or homework sounds like a dream.
Sure does.
What?
What?
What's wrong?
Yeah, what's
You
wrong?
actually have an opinion about this?
It's not like you understand where we're coming from.
Huh?
Exactly. Bone
Wow, I
cancer
think this
example.
girl's being bullied.
Yeah, I really wish I was born into your family.
Okay, so because she's rich, she can't have problems.
I messed up again.
I imagine this is going to be hard to follow when I get to the last episode. Because it's leaving, like, it's already, you know, kind of confusing in the first episode. But that's because I assume they're going to do slow setup later that I probably won't see.
Oh shoot, my boyfriend's calling. Hi, hot stuff.
Okay,
How are
rub
you?
it in our
Could it be
faces.
better?
Your timing couldn't be better? That's so rude to say to the woman you just ditched.
I'll go broke at this rate.
Oh my god.
Oh, and did I mention I haven't found anyone else?
That's one way to hide information from the
I'll
audience, I
contact
guess.
ASAP if I get any leads.
Just have a large fucking truck drive by.
I know you. What gives? If you have a problem, just say so.
She just walked out of a bookstore.
Not like you would understand.
Man, there are some toxic conversations going on in this show so far.
You dropped something.
The ring? Okay, okay. Are you gonna turn into a magical girl? Whoa. Weird. Oh, it was only a second or two of time being frozen.
Don't tell the others, son, but you're most definitely my favorite child.
What? Okay. I don't know how subtle that writing is. I think they maybe should have made that conversation a little more subtle than... I don't know, son. You're definitely my favorite child.
I assure you I'll give her the finest treatment I can
Oh my
provide.
god. Creepy. Oh, she looks peaceful. If she's dead, looks like a peaceful death. Oh my god, tackling her down on the first day. Okay, so because they both had the rings, they reacted with one another?
Honestly,
How'd they know she was out?
Window. Yeah, for real.
Aw, did you forget my name? Hiyori. Hiyori Hirahara.
Hiyori.
You have a real gift, you know that? Huh? You've got me feeling
You just need
inspired,
one
so I'll
supportive
try and
person
pick
in
up
your
an actual
life.
visual.
That's all you need.
Sure.
Oh, she got down there quick.
It's okay. She isn't upset. Just got dust in her eye. She can borrow. I found you.
Is this woman gonna be a victim, this rich girl? She seems like a main character. But she could be the first victim of whatever's going on here.
But I'll draw out that fear of yours.
She feeds on the emotions.
It's hard to move.
Whoa. This is like Madoka Magica a bit. Okay, alright. So it activates and then you gotta track whatever the source of it is. And since these girls both have rings, they can move.
Frozen like everyone else.
Yeah. So what's she doing? Sucking out the feelings? That's kind of a cool shot, that zoom.
And now there's a new reflector?
Reflector.
How furious Yamada will be when she finds out it's getting me in a tizzy.
Oh no!
His voice. Who's that?
Whoa! What can you do now?
To save her. I have faith in what I feel.
How? Can you fly? Oh, is this a magical girl transformation sequence? I think it is. Whoa! Pink hair! She still might be dead. Okay, her sister was one of these reflectors, I guess they probably called. And we get an ED, even though there was... Or is this the OP? This might be the OP. Yeah, decent OP. Oh, is this an after credit scene? This is an after credit scene. Not that it matters. Okay, that was the first episode of Blue Reflection Ray. And I mean, it seems like a magical girl anime from what I'm picking up from that. In terms of magical girl anime, I am not super experienced with them. I have like basically only watched like Madoka Magica and Revue Starlight, if you'd like to count that as a magical girl anime, because it's got like elements in like the transformation sequences and stuff like that. I've watched bits of Sailor Moon when I was younger, and I have watched episodes here and there of many other like magical girl type shows. But you know, I'm not the target audience for them generally, of most magical girl anime. So it makes sense that I am, you know, not going to be super into them. It was a very strange first episode. It was one of those shows that feels like they have a relatively weird and ambitious story to tell, and so they want to add in a whole lot of mystery and stuff. I think the fun thing is that like I don't need to speculate really that much on the mystery because I'm just going to watch the end of it. And I think the funny thing about this is I bet you this final episode will be incomprehensible without having any of the context from beforehand. Incomprehensible. But let me just say, I mean, we got Ruka and Hiyori, who are like the two main characters, and I think they said they're called reflectors, the magical girls. So I'm gonna go with that assumption. So I'm guessing if we're, you know, trying to figure out what a last episode of this show would be, or episode 24 of this show would be, you know, it would be after whatever the major battle is with all of the reflectors. So they would be like, not after, I think like right, you know, post climax of the battle. I'm thinking where we might like start the episode and we're going to be halfway through a battle and it's going to be with a strange enemy that I didn't know existed, and then we're going to get the end of that battle and a little epilogue, and we're going to wrap up. But the thing that I'm looking for here, to like properly figure out what this show is now I'm just gonna be purely looking for character development. Are the characters going to be acting differently than they were at the start? Mainly Ruka, who seems to be like the main character. Her thing is like she can't connect with people. So is this episode going to express that she can connect with people? And I really hope that they express that and the rest of the episode is gibberish to me. I genuinely kind of hope that, because that would mean that, like, because I've missed out on 22 episodes of setup. So let's get into episode 24 of Blue Reflection Ray. The episode is called Blue Reflection. So here we go.
It's her.
Okay. Seems like we're in the middle of some major battle. With a flower? A woman in a flower. Oh my god, it's her. By the way, I want to make it clear that any points at which I will be seeming to be making fun of the fact that it doesn't make sense will be me laughing at the fact that I'm watching it without all the context. It is not the show's fault that I'm watching it this way. This is not the way the show is intended to be watched. So if you were a fan of this show, don't worry. I just realized this is a different OP because this is a second core. It was a 2-core anime. Okay, pretty cool. Whoa.
Fragments. She made a private garden of feelings.
Not quite.
A garden of feelings?
Yes. The only thing people will feel is peace. Not
Doesn't
even
sound
the
that bad, I
horrors contained in
guess.
That vile creature shall endure.
Oh my god. Whoa! Beam! What's that called? A beam struggle? Oh, she fights with a chain? That's cool. But you can't break the green flower. Oh my god.
Everyone's sake.
Yeah, for her sake. And oh my god, was the world destroyed? There were buildings collapsed there. For her sake too. Is that the girl from the first episode? This is a very sad story that we're jumping in on. Domestic abuse.
Back then, I wasn't able to save you, and I wish I could have.
Man.
Ever since the day we met, your pain has lived in me the same way it lives in you.
This feels like when I turned on
I know
cartoons
that I've
before
been
school,
all too well.
and I get I just jump in on
Also
important
know that
scenes
thanks to you,
that I have no
was able
context
to
for.
confront my own weaknesses.
Whoa. She's got, I don't know, one of her feelings, maybe? Whoa!
Listen,
I don't know. This is like the end of Inside Out, but like way more action-packed and dramatic. Just in terms of theming about feelings and being able to express them, you know? Okay, that's Ruka. It's funny because her hair color and costumes are all different, so it is hard to recognize them. Beam struggle. So are they trying to give her a feeling? Is that what they're doing? Like that the flowers are feelings. They're trying to let the feelings reach her?
Before Shino jumped, she was thinking about turning back the clock and talking to someone. I wish she
Jumped.
had reached out to her.
Oh my god. Some dark themes in this show, it seems like.
What's the matter? Haven't looked over there yet. Let's check it out together.
The male bathroom? That's what she pointed to.
Come on,
Let's go in here.
if I just talk to her,
I feel like this would be a really...
open up my heart.
This actually seems like a pretty solid scene, if you have all the context. It's pretty cute. I think I'm understanding about 30% of it.
Let go again.
my life is a living hell.
Aww.
I've been a prisoner in my own house and even my own skin. I wanted to carve out my heart and run away.
Oh, is this her letting out her feelings?
So, let's go home together.
This seems like it would be... This seems like a very sweet scene.
All I ever wanted
I would say this episode
was
seems
to be myself.
a lot more interesting than what I thought they were setting up for. I think it's a more personal
There's the
story than I
moments when
expected.
could do something simple like look at the sky.
Man, why do Magical Girls change hair color when they change? Look at all these people that I assume are dead. They're all naked, so they must be dead. Why else would you be naked? Whoa! It's... What is that? Whatever it is, it's growing back. But oh my god. Put some clothes on, ghosts! What is this? Post-apocalyptic now? Everything's greenery. Oh, it's healing now, is it? Or is it? No, I didn't see it healing. Is everyone living in a post-apocalypse now? Oh, it is healing. Okay. Okay, good. Kiss.
If we keep our hearts
I want them to
open,
kiss. I
well
haven't
as our
been with them
minds.
for very long, but I want them to
we'll find
kiss.
a way to connect.
Okay, but show me an epilogue where they're married. Those two main characters. There's the music box again. I saw that in episode 1. See, okay, they can adopt this girl and get married.
Feelings are so strange. My emotions are what shape me.
Is this the same monologue as at the start,
It's hard
or
to
is
find
this
the right words to describe
just
what
a
I
similar
mean.
one?
We're powerless now.
We have the source
No
of our
more
power,
magical
don't we?
girls.
It'll work out.
Well,
Kono.
I understand all of it. I get it. I could tell you that entire series synopsis from start to finish. I like being able to listen to OPs and EDs doing this though. So that was a very interesting experience because, well, first of all, I'll say that the dub for this, it says it was released on June 10th, 2022. So it was only released like 2 months ago, which is feels crazy to me. Is that like this is I just watched something that's only like 2 months old. Yeah, that it's the interesting thing about watching that. Like that is definitely a show I probably never would have watched. It not my style of show by the looks of it. And yeah, it's and so like it is a show that I remember I saw the poster for that show and I decided not to watch it during that season. And then, you know, I didn't hear anything about it really, so I didn't even consider ever going back to it. And it doesn't have great reviews on like most of the review sites that I saw beforehand when I was looking at the when I was getting the logo and when I was looking at the cast list for the English dub. But I will say it's kind of cool seeing like the way that they set something up and the way that they conclude something. Like those are very vital parts of a story, and not being able to see all the stuff in the middle, you're basically only exposed to these really odd pieces of the anime. So like I was watching that final scene and I think I was feeling like not that final scene, that this final episode, the scene, the major like climax scene, I feel like if you were attached to this show, it seems like that is a pretty good a pretty good way they took this anime, because I like from the first episode I got the impression that it was about Ruka not being able to connect with people. From that final episode, it looks like that part of the plot was not the main point of the anime, because they barely touched on that in this episode. There was a bit where they were like, we will connect with you or something like that, something along those lines, where they did actually literally use the word connect and stuff. And I'm sure she did go through character development. At the end, it did look like she was, you know, she is speaking to people a bit easier and stuff. But it's not like the first and last episode of this show had like she can't connect with people, and then the last episode is like it shows her actively connecting with a person that she doesn't know. Like that's the main thing. Like yeah, she connected with Shino, is that the girl's name? The young girl. She connected with her, but it actually wasn't even really her it was Hiyori connecting with this young girl, really. Like Ruka wasn't really doing anything. She was standing to the side and then eventually would be like, yeah, I agree with what Hiyori said. So it's funny, like Hiyori from the final episode, it felt like Hiyori was the main character of the show, when the first episode it felt like Ruka was. So that is something interesting to see from it. Like, I mean, all of this is from an outsider's perspective, and that's why I think it's interesting, because I have none of the context, and I'm just going off of what I expected the final episode to be and what it actually was. In terms of story beats, it was basically exactly what I expected, where they started us in the middle of this like reveal of this major battle, and then they had an emotional climax, which I guess I appreciate that. I think a show like this does better if they give you an emotional climax in the final episode rather than a explosive climax. Don't take those words out of context. But yeah, that was a very interesting experiment. I think it's a very unique way to experience an anime that I never would have experienced otherwise, really. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you do like this style of video and you want to see more of that sort of stuff, just let me know in the comments and like the video. Like if the video, like as I said, I don't expect this video to do well. I really don't. But on the off chance that it does do well, then I would be willing to do it again with a different anime and just try out another anime from start to finish. It's like, I mean, yeah, because as I said, this exposed me to a show I never would have watched. Like absolutely not. So yeah, because I was kind of hesitant originally, because I was like, this is a pretty new show, and I also like maybe I would watch this show and stuff, and so I just I basically just looked at the rating and the it on Crunchyroll, and I was like, I probably would have never watched this show. So it was good that I got to do this video and see it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode, this video of watching a random anime. This is Blue Reflection Ray. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.